Thank you for giving your valuable time to me and accepting me to talk with you.
Oh, thank you. No, thank you for contacting me.
I came to know that you are a very deep thinker. I have gone through all your poems. It contains a lot of deep information.
Yes, yeah, my poetry is very deep. I don't think I can write anything else other than deep poetry. I've been writing since I was a little girl. I've been writing kind of all my life. And it's only since this pandemic that I've decided to showcase my poetry um, to the world, basically. I've kind of kept it hidden away for all these years, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna showcase it now, and I'm just mind blown by the communities on Instagram. They're just really
Okay.
amazing writing communities.
So where do you live?
So I live in the UK.
Okay.
Have two little boys, so it's quite difficult to write around them. But I tend to write a lot in the evening. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've got one here, my little one here now.
Okay.
But yeah, I live in the UK. Whereabouts are you based?
I'm from India and I am a YouTuber. I do videos with a lot of all the country people. So
Yeah.
I love talking with all the country people. I'll put videos of the interviews of, with all the country people in my YouTube channel. So I saw your content very interesting. So I thought to talk with you. I immediately
Oh,
contacted you and you accepted it.
thank you so much. No, I really appreciate it. I was looking through your profile. I've seen that you've been speaking to loads of different people. So interesting. So thank you for talking to me and
So,
me.
so do you have a blog or you just write in social networks?
Not at the moment. Again, because I've only really just started since the lockdown in the
Okay.
UK. So I've only just started, so I'm just trying to kind of find my way as to what I'm going to do. But I've just set up a YouTube channel where I was thinking of reading out my poetry um, on videos, basically, just to see what kind of audience I get. It's all pretty new to me. I don't normally come up on social media, so this is, as I said, this is all really new. So I'm trying to find my feet really and see, how much interest my work is getting. Which at the moment it seems to have quite a lot of interest, which is good. But it's just, yeah, I'm just trying to find my way, trying to find which way is best, really. But aside from the poetry, I also write books. So I write adult fictional novels, and I have a book coming out. It's an illustrated book on the coronavirus for small children. So that's coming out in the next couple of weeks. I'm
Okay.
really
So how many books you wrote till today?
So I've written two books. The children's book is going to be the third book out. The two books that I have written, the fictional novels, uh, I've kind of pulled those from the internet because I feel like they need a bit more work. So I'm working on those at the moment. Currently working on a project Born to Surrogacy, and it's a sequel. So again, hopefully that should be out by the end of the year.
So you're a professional writer.
No, not really. I write as a hobby. I write as a hobby. My dreams are to become a professional writer. But at the moment it's a hobby, and it's something I kind of want to pursue as a career. Because at the moment I work in the travel industry, and on the side I write. So as I mentioned, with the lockdown, I've decided to kind of come out of my comfort zone and start speaking to people like yourself, and just talk about my work. And like you said, it's very deep. So like my stories, they're very deep as well. They have hidden meanings, and
Yeah.
what those meanings mean to you might mean something completely different to somebody else. So, and that's
So
writing, is that it takes on so many different forms. You know, it can mean something to someone and it might not mean as much to somebody else. But I can write about any given subject. And I love, you've probably seen from my work, but I absolutely love writing in rhyme.
Okay.
If I didn't
But
write in rhyme, it wouldn't feel right.
you're good in speaking too.
Pardon?
You're good in speaking too.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, so what do you do other than writing?
So I work in the travel industry. So
Okay.
at the moment, not a very good being right now with the pandemic. But I work in the travel industry, the sports travel industry. So the Formula One, MotoGP. But at the moment, I'm not working. So hopefully I'll be back to full work by November. But I'm writing every day, basically. Hopefully one day that will happen, whenever that may be.
So when this pandemic, when this long lockdown started, you started writing.
How long?
When this lockdown, when coronavirus
Yeah,
attacked human beings, then you started writing.
yeah. Well, I've been writing since I learnt to write, and I've just kind of kept my work hidden away, just stacks and stacks of paper of poetry, of these stories. For and it's just that I haven't showcased it on Instagram. I haven't published on Facebook, any of those social media sites. And during lockdown, it's a passion of mine. It's what I wanted to do for years. I just haven't got round to doing it. Life's busy, isn't it? You know, um, I just didn't find the time to be able to showcase and do it, and also having the confidence to show your work as well, because you know your work's up for criticism as well. Some people may not like it, and I think that was probably a confidence thing for me. Um, but as I said, I've had a really positive response. The support on Instagram, the communities are amazing. And I've really been enjoying just writing and showcasing my projects and my work. And that's what I'll continue to do.
Can you tell me your favorite poem that you wrote?
My favourite poem is probably the poem that I wrote on lust. That is my favourite poem. And another one of them is The Mask of 2020. I don't know if you've read that one. Um, but it was when I first had to wear a mask, kind of going out into shops. It's just not normal, is it? It's weird. So that was one of my favourite poems as well.
Okay. So, what? How much time you take to write a single poem?
It depends. Sometimes it can take 5 minutes. Other times it can take half an hour. Sometimes I write and then I haven't quite got the words, or the poem doesn't seem sort of 100% to me. I don't want to publish it because I feel like it's not finished. So sometimes it can take a day, but I can write poetry in a short space of time. If it's in my head, I can just write it and then publish it. I
Okay.
guess it just comes naturally to me.
So who is
And it's a passion of mine, so I love doing it. There's certain
so
writing things is endless.
so who is your inspiration?
Who is my inspiration? I wouldn't say anyone in particular. I would say life.
Okay.
You know, life is an inspiration. There's so many different things in life to write about, people of all different walks of life, family, friends, strangers. So I wouldn't say there was someone in particular. Um, but yeah, I would say just life. Life in general is an inspiration.
So why only poems? Why not some other things to express?
Because poetry is my passion. I love poetry, and I feel that with poetry, like you were saying about I write very deeply, I feel like you can get the message across with poems. It doesn't have to be a long, lengthy story to get your point across. It can be short, it can be sweet, it can be slightly lengthy, but that's why poetry, other than anything else. And that I can just write it off the cuff. You know, it doesn't
Okay.
take me to write.
So when you started writing,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you when you started writing,
yes. When
yeah,
yeah, when did I start?
yeah.
Since I was young, I've started writing. Literally from school. It started off with short stories. My grandparents, my grandma and my nan, they both wrote rhyming poetry, and I guess I've got that from them. But theirs wasn't as deep as mine. But we used to write poetry together when I used to stay over my grandparents from
So
the age of sort of 5 onwards.
so why you're going deeper into the ocean?
Pardon?
Why you're going deeper into the ocean?
Why I'm going deeper into the poetry.
Yeah.
I like giving people messages. I like people to feel something. I like the words to resonate, basically.
So how many people got connected with your poems?
How many people?
Got connected with your poems, with your emotion
Um,
that you are feeling. Yeah.
I think judging from the comments of my poems, quite a few, I would say. A lot of people that I've spoken to have said that the words resonate with them, and that they feel a lot of emotional connection with the words that I write. So I would say I think a lot of people do connect with my poems.
Okay. Okay. So are you an emotional person or a logical thinker?
Oh, I would say probably more emotional than logical, for sure. Yeah, I would
So,
say I can be logical, but emotion, I'm very emotional, and you can probably see that from my poetry.
yeah. And what personally you believe that you like people being emotional or logical?
I think it just varies on the type of person you are. I think logical makes sense. Emotional, you know. I think because I'm an emotional person, I've got more time to. I guess I've got more of a connection with an emotional person because they're like me. But if you're logical, then that also makes sense to me.
Okay. I mean, you connect with logic or emotion? If
Emotion,
you connect with a person,
more emotion. Yeah, I would say more.
emotion. Okay. So now I understood. If I want to connect with you, I have to use the emotion, not the logic.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
So why? So can I say that you're the person who understands human emotions better than the people who are who are around you?
Yeah, I sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
So can I say that you're the person who understands human emotions than better than the people who are around you?
I wouldn't say I understood them better, but I would say I'd have more of an understanding of somebody who was more emotional, I guess.
So and I can also see there is a lot of I mean intense emotions in your poetry.
Yes, there are. I mean, I've written some of my poetry down to experience or experience of others. So that's kind of where that comes from. Um, and you know, sometimes it's just things that come to me, just in my mind. Always have something coming to me, words or rhymes, or you know, it can just be. I don't know. I could be on a train and music. there's music blaring and then a poem comes to me that way. Loads of different things. It's hard to explain, I guess.
So, how much importance will you give to the the living things and the non-living things?
How much importance? I'd say probably on equal parts, really. I write a lot about people that aren't here anymore. Family members and friends. Equally, I also write about a lot of things that happen, in the land of the living, I guess. So, again, there's so much to write about.
Have you wrote about forest, desert, nature?
Yes, lots about nature, um, loads of different topics I write about. I can write about anything
Animals?
and anything, yeah, anyone, anything. As I said, that's what that's what makes poetry amazing, is the fact that you can write about so many different topics.
Are you good in observing?
Pardon?
Observing things? Are you good in observing things?
Oh yes, yeah. Depends if I have an interest in them, though, I guess. That's the
Okay.
question.
So what are your interests?
Interest: reading, running, exercise, nature, family, friends. Obviously, writing is a massive interest. And people, again, people of all different walks of life, that interests me. Lots of different things.
What is your philosophy of life?
Oh, my philosophy. Oh my gosh. Just not to take it too seriously, and life is too short.
Okay. It's too short, and you have to live it as
You
good as
do.
possible.
Yeah, and you have to take chances, you don't know when those chances are going to come around again.
Okay.
So,
So, do you have anything to say to my audience and to the people who watches this video from different parts of the world?
basically, I just want to say I hope that, if you do look at my work, that the words, that you can relate to my work, and that the words resonate, because that's why I write. And it is to give people, to ignite emotion in people, emotion that you might not find that's there in a day-to-day life, but when you read work and you resonate with those words, that draws out emotion in people. That's what I would say.
Can
And
I
I hope,
say,
yeah.
I didn't get you. Can you repeat the last line?
Yeah, I hope that whoever looks at my work just enjoys reading the words and just enjoys reading it, basically.
Can I say that you are a psychologist?
Pardon?
Can I say that you are a human psychologist?
Sorry, I can't hear you. Sorry, seem to be
Uh,
breaking up.
yeah. Can I say that you are a human psychologist?
I'm a human psychologist.
Yeah.
I don't know, am I?
Because you're talking about human emotions and feelings, and you're expressing it, you're understanding it, you're putting it in a form so that people can understand it. Until unless you understand human beings very closely, so you can't express it. Can I call you as a psychologist?
Yeah. Well, that's your judgment, not mine. But also, what I would say is, if anyone is looking at my profile, then to obviously feel free to post any feedback. Constructive feedback is always key for me. So I'm always looking for feedback to improve my work.
Okay, if I say that, if I ask you to write a poem on something which is destructive, can you write?
Something that's destructive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can write something that's destructive.
Yeah, you can create emotion by using the destructive words that you have.
I can, yes. Would
You
you
can
like me to
affect
write
that. Yeah, you can affect the world using those words.
one? Okay, I will.
You will.
I will. I'll write one. I'll post one for you.
Okay. So okay. Do you have some anything that you cannot write about that thing?
I don't know. That's the challenge. I'm not saying that every single subject is easy, but I'll give it a good go. I'll give it a good go to write anything. There have been poems that I found very challenging, but I have written about them.
How you got this knowledge to write about everything that you see and do, you listen and you smell?
I think it's natural. I think it's natural. I think it just comes to me. Um, as I said, it's a passion, so it's something I love to do. I love to write, and there are things that there are certain subjects that come easier to me than others, but I always like to challenge my writing ability.
So
So,
are you good
so
in communicating with people? Are you good in connecting with people?
pardon?
Are you good in connecting with people?
Yes, I love connecting with people. My day-to-day job, I connect with people every day, worldwide. So yes, I do. I do like
Okay.
to communicate with people.
Okay. So you're from UK.
I'm from the UK. Yeah, I'm from the UK.
Nice. Okay.
Not quite
Okay.
nice at the moment. It's raining. It's raining and it's not that warm.
So thank you for giving your valuable time to me and allowing me to ask you questions even when you're busy with your kids.
Oh,
Thank you
that's
so
okay.
much.
No, that's fine. Thank you so much for having me. Take care.
Can I put this video on my YouTube channel with your permission?
Of course you can. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Carry
Thank you.
on.
Bye.
Bye.